Hello and welcome back to GP's Odds and Ends. Jessica here. So, you know, I've been doing a bit of budgeting, some planning. I still do my nails. These are my New Year's Eve nails. So I did this video a few days ago. If you want to check that out, I am still absolutely loving these. I mean, look at all of that glitter, that color, that hollow shimmer that you get from those little stars. They're just, I love these. I can't stop looking at them. So they're distracting a little. But I kind of, since this Sunday is January 1st, New Year's, and we're going to be going into 2023, I kind of wanted to reflect a little bit on my journey with budgeting so far, what I've accomplished in 2022, what some of my goals are for 2023, and just I do need to also set up my planner for next week because I have not done that yet. So it's going to be a little bit, I don't want to say all over the place, but covering a lot, I guess, is what I want to say. So I already set up my January month. So I have a few things filled in here, nothing too crazy just yet, but I do need to fill in or update my planner for next week. So I will pull these pages out. And I'm not sure which sticker kit I want to use yet. I do have one from Cherry Splash Co. that looks just like this, but it's for the weekly layout, although I think I maybe want to use that a little bit later, maybe at the end of January or February, because it's still going to be winter at that point, at least where I am. So I kind of feel like that would be okay. So I'm just going to move this to the side a little bit. And look, I have got a very blue theme going on today. This candle is called Fireside from Bath and Body Works, and it smells like a campfire. Oh, I absolutely love it. I should put it on, but I'm not going to be in my room for very long, so I don't want to. So I'm going to pull out my Clever Fox binder. I don't know how much longer I'm necessarily going to use this, but I kind of wanted to take a look at some of my previous goals that I kind of laid out for myself. So I started budgeting probably back in June of 2022, where I really started getting into it. I got kind of my first binder, but I didn't really start doing videos and things like that on it until probably August or later. So I feel like I want to write some of this information down somewhere, just so like I have a space where I can kind of look back on it if I want. So I think in my Happy Planner, this is kind of the page before December. It does say July, but I don't really care about that so much. But I just kind of want to write down some accomplishments, I guess, from 2022. So, okay, so back in August, my goal in August was to pay off a tax bill that I had. I ended up paying that off by, let me see, in my Clever Fox book here, I paid off my tax bill by August 19th. I'm actually going to pull this out because I hit the rings and then it's harder to write a little bit. Okay, so I paid off my tax bill. And I also had the next focus that I kind of had for debt was to pay off this high interest loan that I had, and I ended up, my goal started for that in September after I paid off this, and I was able to pay that off by November. So I'm really proud of that. I feel like prior to doing the budgeting and really kind of assigning every dollar that I get for a specific purpose, I was spending more on things that I didn't necessarily need to be spending on, or just because I wasn't really keeping track of my spending. For instance, just going to the grocery store. You go to the grocery store, those are things that you need. So it's not like it wasn't things that I wasn't going to be using at all, but because I wasn't keeping track of it, I would buy probably more than I needed for a specific time frame. For instance, the 2 weeks in between my paychecks. So I would spend over and above what I really needed to, especially just for myself. And when I was living by myself, I didn't need to spend $200 in groceries just because I got paid on that Friday. I feel like if I had known or learned about budgeting in this way much earlier in my life, I would probably be in a much better situation today, but I'm getting there. So it is what it is, I guess. But the next thing I kind of want to look at is my savings for what I've accomplished in 2022. So prior to doing any of this budgeting, I never had anything in regards to savings. I didn't have an emergency account. Now I know that these amounts probably aren't very much considering what I could probably be saving, but I mean, so far for emergency, I have $200 saved, and it's not much, but it's much more than I had prior to doing this budgeting system. Because prior to budgeting, I had nothing saved for just emergencies. I also have $200 just for regular savings. I have car maintenance. I mean, I never would have had this saved. I don't really want to count like annual payments. To me, that's kind of more like saving up for a bill, like my taxes, the annual payments. Car insurance, that's specifically saving for a bill, but just for saving for something that's variable, I guess, something that you may not necessarily need to use. I don't know. Tell me what you think. So, yeah, so I'm not going to count any of the rest of this, but just for emergency, savings, car maintenance, vacation, and medical. I mean, look, I've got already $1,080 saved. I mean, I never would have had that much money saved for any reason prior to doing this. So that to me is just amazing. I mean, I'm still very early on in kind of using this type of system, but again, like there's no way I would ever have just $1,000, even though it's broken up into these different categories, saved up for anything at all. So I'm very happy. I'm very proud of that. So next I don't really know what else I would want to kind of track at this point, or kind of look at, I guess. But I kind of want to look at goals as well. I did also make my first payment towards my credit card debt. So I had $266 saved up from both of my December paychecks, and I just paid that as well. So that's something else. So I think for January, we're starting for this year, I kind of want to, I think, use this page here to kind of jot down my goals for 2023, just so it's something I can kind of look back on. So I think over the next year, I want to have all of my credit cards paid off. I think I should be able to do that probably by the middle of the year. I don't have a huge amount in credit card debt, so I think I should be able to get that paid off fairly quickly. After that, I want to start paying my school loans, because I don't know what the interest on that is going to be. They're kind of paused. They've been paused for the last year, and because of the lawsuits with the debt relief that has been going on, I got a notification from the loan agency that they're going to be they're keeping the pause until approximately June of 2023, so I kind of want to use that time to really focus on paying off my credit cards. Those have a higher interest, so I don't want to pay, continue to pay these other companies for the balances that I have, right? So I want that money back in my pocket. So once I pay off the credit cards, I want to start focusing on the school loans. That's going to take a longer amount of time. I have currently, before any debt relief or anything, I've got $50,000 worth of school loans, so that's going to take some time. But if I can start doing that in 2023, then that's more that I can put towards other things in the future. So ultimately, my big life goal, I guess, is to be able to have enough money put aside that I could eventually buy my own house. So that is like future ultimate goal, I think. So I really need to kind of pay all of this off so that the money that I am paying into these things right now can go towards a down payment and buying a house and anything I would need in regards to doing that. So that's like ultimate life goal. But these are my kind of shorter term goals. Other than that, I think, so this is going to be in regards to my debt. For savings, I would kind of like to, over the next year, I would like to have $5,000, I think, saved in both my regular savings and my emergency. So I feel like that would be a good enough cushion, so if something were to happen, if I wasn't able to work, or anything like that, that amount would be able to help me live, for a few months, or however, at least a month or 2 months or so that I could still pay for things. So let me know if you think, I think based on my expenses currently and my bills and things like that, I feel like that would be enough once I have some of my debt and everything paid off, or more of my debt paid off. But I would really like to at least minimum get both my emergency and my savings up to 5,000. I do want to open a P.O. box in the beginning of the year. Let's see, and just kind of like life goals, I want to travel more. Now that I know that I can save up money for things. I do need to get my passport renewed, but I would just like to be able to travel more, just be able to take trips with my family and not have that money saved up so I can do things like that a little bit more spontaneously and not have to necessarily dip into other funds to be able to pay just to travel. So I may want to focus on that a little bit, but just, you know, a couple of little goals, I guess. So if I feel like there's anything else, of course, that I want to add, I'll go in and do that throughout the year, but just something I can kind of look back on and say, oh yeah, you know, this is something I wanted to do for 2023. Did I do it? Did I not? Why? And just kind of reflect on those types of things. So I'm going to put this away. I also wanted to, before I go in and do my planner for next week, I wanted to just kind of look at some of my savings challenges. So also for 2023, I want to continue to save the J-Bucks for my donations. I decided, I'll put a donation update here too. I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I did make the donation for Toys for Tots. I actually did that through my company. I kind of felt better. Instead of buying the toys and only spending the $42 to get the toys, I did the donation through my company website, so I'll put that up on the screen. And they match dollar for dollar, so instead of $42, the Toys for Tots organization is actually getting $84. So I did make that donation for December. And for January's awareness is going to be for birth defects. It's Birth Defect Awareness Month. One of the awarenesses for January, so that's what this January's J-Bucks will go towards. So by the end of January, I'll make a donation to a birth defect organization through my company again, so that they get the dollar for dollar match. I also want to start this Save Your Age. This is from Gina Renee RN Budgets. This is actually its own envelope, which is really cool. But since I have these bigger envelopes, I want to be able to make sure this doesn't split or anything like that. And it's more for the other size binders as well. And this is laminated, so I can make a Sharpie, and I'm undecided how I want to do this. So I kind of wanted to split this up. It's 52 weeks, and I kind of wanted to split this up from do 18, 17, and 17. So 18 would go towards maybe me, and then 17 and 17 I wanted to save the age for my mom and my sister and use that maybe for gifts, or give it to them as their gift for their birthday. So I'm not sure what I want to do just yet, but I will figure that out and I will let you know. So this is probably for my savings challenges. I think I'm going to focus on this. And then I also, from Gina Renee, she's not making these any longer, but she does have other challenges on her Etsy shop, so go check that out. But I was able to get this before she stopped making them. So this is basically a 100 envelope challenge. It's a mystery challenge because she supplied a paper where you can do it a little bit on a lower budget kind of situation, where whichever card you pick. So let me actually... So if I grab the paper here, so say for instance, if I pick this card and it's number 57, so 56, the cards numbered 56 to 60, I would be able to either stuff the current month, so January, that would be $1, or the current day, or well, December would be $12, or the current day, 27, I think is today, so $27. So I can kind of, it's a little bit easier to kind of be able to pick the amounts. I don't have to do the $57, although she did number these as well. So if in the future I wanted to do it as a 100 envelope challenge and actually stuff the number that's on the envelope, I could in the future do that as well. So this, I don't know how much I'll end up having at the end of this, but I think it will be a little bit easier to maybe be able to stuff more than one envelope at a time, if I'm able to. So these are probably going to be the 2 savings challenges that I'm going to focus the most on starting in January 2023, and then I'm going to continue with the holiday savings pack that I got from Crafted by Free, and then I want to finish some of these other challenges that I already had started. So from there, so these are ones that I may not necessarily get to every single time because I do want to focus on this and the mystery challenge, but this will kind of, I think these are the 3 I want to focus on the most: the mystery challenge, the Save Your Age, and the holiday savings pack. And then the other ones will be kind of if I have enough to go towards something else. And then I also want to continue to work on my gifts and my holiday binder that I have here. I did use some of the money from my New Year's. I had $122 saved. New Year's is this weekend, and I ended up using about $80 or so. So I have $20, $35, $36, $37, $38 left. So this, I think I'm going to rotate these as I go through the year. So once New Year's passes, I'm going to put this into the back so we can focus on Valentine's first, and then kind of move through the other holidays. I think I kind of want to do one scratch off from my book each time I'm putting money into this, just so I can kind of get a head start on some of the holidays that are further away. So I might do maybe like 2 in Valentine's and 1 in the rest. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's all going to depend on how much money I have available to stuff when I'm doing my holiday binder and my savings challenges. So, enough chit-chatting now. I want to start setting this up. I'm not sure which sticker pack I want to use. I'm going to use one of my Plan to Plan stickers, so I'm definitely going to use that because that's my payday. I'll have a payday on the 6th. I always track or put a little sticker in there for our family dinners. I don't know which one I want to use here. I don't think I want to use this one. To me, this is a little bit more maybe fallish. Let's see. Maybe this one, because it's still kind of wintry. It's not too Christmassy. I mean, it has a tree and it has some stockings in there and stuff, but it's not too Christmassy. I can, you know, I don't necessarily have to use like the stockings and stuff, but I think I'll use this one. I kind of like it, the lighter, brighter colors. This one's a little bit more springy to me, so I don't think I want to use that one yet. Okay. Alright, so I'm probably going to go ahead and just be quiet while I set this up, and then we will see where we get. Okay, so I kind of feel like this is probably enough for now. I'll probably add things in as I need to, but I think this is pretty cute. So let's go ahead and put this in. All right, so I think we are off to a good start for January. Let me know also what are your goals? What are you proud of for 2022? What are your goals for 2023? And you know, leave some comments for me down below. I'd be interested to see what everybody's thinking about. And I love watching other budgeters' YouTube videos and seeing what they have going on, what kind of things they save for, because it sometimes gives me ideas of, like I didn't think of saving for something like that, but maybe I need to. Or maybe it's something that would work for me. So I'm interested in hearing about what everybody else's goals are for 2023 as well. So let me know in the comments. But I'm happy with this so far. I may add here and there as I need to. But for now, I think we're done. We've done enough chit-chatting, I think. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and until next time, bye for now.